blog and all that sort of stuff. So I'm looking at that for the 3 months is to really consolidate that lead generation to get people to my website. So I can track them. So I can really get capture them. So that's probably my main 3 months, and then I would hope that by 6 months, my sales are increasing. Is that a marketing objective, or that is a result from the marketing?
That's a result. So 6 months, I think. Why don't you and this is just an example, is to work on perhaps maybe your profile. So perhaps.
So I want to get
when you were talking about
the applications. So that would probably.
So in 6 months, you want to, if we're saying approaching something every month, say I want to have approached 6 publications.
And built up my Facebook following, my Twitter following, and all that. That's probably.
If you sit down and work out how many new Twitter followers you get and how many new likers you get on Facebook over the space of a month, then you can extrapolate that and say, okay, so this is the figure that I want to be at. And if you look at it 3 months down the track and you say, okay, I'm not quite there yet, so then you know that you need to do something to get to achieve that objective.
And then 12 months maybe sales. Obviously you want sales before then, but big focus, I guess.
I want to increase product. I want to have a different product.
Does anyone else want to go through some objectives?
You can go first.
I think my 3 month, because I'm trying to now remember my funnel again. I just dawned on the right hand side of my funnel. For this marketing objective is, and I don't know a number, but I need wholesalers. Full stop. So do I pick a number and aim for it?
Well, have you approached wholesalers already? Yes. And how many wholesalers do you approach for one to then say yes?
Well, I was just at the trade show and I probably spoke to 20 and have 0.
Okay, so
I need another 20.
But a lot have why don't you need to
1 a week?
So perhaps 1 a week, or maybe out of those 20, say I really want to snag 5 of those.
And so then you follow up with them. Because they're spoken to at the trade show.
That's next week. You only just finished the trade show, so
Just work on those 20. Good luck from the trade show. That's your next 3 months.
And harass them
for 2 weeks.
Work
Bring
on
them
the
all
20
now. Bring them all next week.
Well, you would probably know whether they were hot leads or warm leads, and so obviously concentrate on the ones that showed the most interest.
Because sometimes at those trade shows, these people have got so much to look at and so much to take in. Like today, we're taking in so much, you've got to go home and regurgitate it. I would lay a bet that 9 out of 10 of those people like yourself there at the trade show will not do a backup call. If you pick up the phone,
follow up.
if you pick up the phone,
waste.
exactly. But I bet you if you get on the phone in this next week and do once 20 in a week, 5 a day, and make that conversation, I'll be surprised if you don't pick up a half hour.
Because people just
Because they don't
it's a
follow
waste
up.
of your investment if you don't.
And
do
also
that.
those people at those expos have taken everything they can get and they've gone home and they're mothers, they're busy, they haven't even looked at their sample bag of goodies or what they've come home with. You might find one have put your thing to the top of the, doesn't mean you don't buy it. They never buy on spot either.
No,
They never make
follow up.
But that sheer amount of stuff they take home is just so overwhelming.
They never make
And you're right, the majority of other people, exhibitors, they won't do a follow-up. So it really is your key.
That used to be my job was designing spaces, and we used to say to the client, you've invested this much. After we built it for you, invest the same in your clients. Because otherwise you've just wasted your money.
Yeah, for sure.
There's no
And
point
when
in
they
being
say
there.
trade shows don't work.
Because people expect the other way round for them to ring you. They won't.
That's right.
They won't.
So
I'll find another product.
And then maybe for your 6 month one, maybe target, have, or pumpkin patch actually, let's do pumpkin patch, because that's a warm lead right
Do
now.
Mother Care. Mother Care at the moment are going
And
off. They've just taken over all the stores in New South Wales.
Yeah.
And they've taken over 6 or 7 here in Melbourne, and they want to be the baby Bunnings of Bunnings.
Okay. Also, we need to get you in touch with the Australian Breastfeeding Association.
My problem with them is I was at this event for SEO with Ali.
Yeah.
And their representatives were there.
Yeah.
And I brought my product because Ali worded me up they were coming.
Yeah.
And spoke to the buyer,
Yeah.
Rhonda,
Yeah.
who is not a very nice woman.
Yeah.
And she basically said, turned her nose up of, stuff you, I don't really care. And I said, well, you currently back an American company, so what's your hesitation in supporting an Australian brand? She's all, he's a good stockist, why do I need to? And I was like, okay, well, this is an Australian brand, this is, blah.
Yeah. Can I put it in her perspective? She wasn't in her own environment.
Yeah, that's
Oh,
right.
no, she says,
to be sold to.
Yeah.
Well,
I
which is
wouldn't want
fine.
to be. If I turned up to
Yeah.
something like this and you did the hard sell on me, I'd walk away.
That's exactly. It's
Because I'm in my
timing.
own
You're not
space.
in the right. Yeah. She wasn't
So
in
call
the
her next week.
Yeah, she wasn't. And as well as she might be the buyer, but I know the general manager for the entire commercial arm of the Australian Breastfeeding Foundation. So
You speak to that.
Talk to
person.
Renee.
talk to me. Yeah.
I've got a contact as well.
But also then
Ali's
too,
done that
you're
to
looking
me
at, I mean,
before,
I used to
and-
deal with a lot of retailers and they'd come in to buy a range and you'd be showing them a range of 6 stories, 7 stories. And you'd go, after you show them the range, you say, okay, but really seriously you need to buy story 2 and story 5.
Yeah.
Forget everything else, they're dogs. But they still had to look at everything else.
Yeah.
They wouldn't
To make
take it on my...
Yeah.
To make sure they're
And-
not missing out.
Sometimes these people are put in positions that you wonder, how did you get here?
Yeah.
The other
And why
thing,
did they buy
Janelle,
that?
is there
Yeah.
are a number of people that make or sell breastfeeding covers, and they've probably been approached by a lot of them. A lot of them are small business. They've probably been hit by a lot of them. They've potentially been let down by some of them, and they would be viewing you as
Supply.
another
Need to be able
work-at-home
to deliver.
mum.
Yep. Yes.
Do you know what I mean?
They
Like
can't
that.
supply.
They
Won't be
just-
around in 12
And
months.
with no
Yeah.
disrespect to any
No,
work-at-home
it's
mum,
true. It's
but
true.
there are levels
Oh, yeah.
of work-at-home
Yes.
mum, and
Yeah, from a business perspective, they need to know that you're reliable and your
Yeah.
product is going to be delivered. So I think
and
you're-
if they've been hit by
you may be
six,
a work from home mum, sorry,
yeah,
but you've got a manufacturer offshore that's, you can deliver. It's not you pumping out them on the sewing
so
machine,
yeah.
So,
Okay.
yeah.
So just appreciate who they've been dealing with
Yeah.
before as
Yeah,
well.
or
Yeah.
talk about the factory that you haven't got.
Yes.
They don't look. What do they say? Fake it till you make it.
Yeah. Well, she's got it. She's got the
Yeah,
factory
yeah.
out.
Well, no, but
She's
what
got
I'm
it.
saying
Yes.
is where you can put a title or a label or anything on anything.
Really.
Fake it till you make it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can do that.
Yeah.
Don't
Stand
step on
tall
it.
with confidence.
Yeah.
Go home and shit yourself.
Yeah.
Whatever you do in the car afterward doesn't
That's
matter.
right. Exactly. It's allowed.
Like me in the
It's all allowed.
YMCA car park, do the happy dance.
Oh, you get
But
the
then,
dog.
but then you get in the car. Yeah. Shit.
Now I've got to produce
Now
it.
I'm gonna make it. Wendy,
I love the
do you
happy
go?
dance.
Basically, I think I need to get my like networking type thing up and happening, like with Facebook, etc. Expand, my friends and groups and stuff, and get Gasp sort of, share it around or whatever.
Yeah. Can I, sorry, in terms of marketing, and I was thinking about it the other day when I was looking at your website. At first I thought, Gasp, it's because the Gasp fashion label obviously just had that massive big thing. And I thought, is it going to be at the detriment of your business? But then I thought you could possibly use that in a marketing campaign as well. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because that was huge, that was hot on the media.
It was.
I missed it. What happened?
Yeah.
The
Rude.
Gasp fashion, the customer service. Did you miss
Rude.
it?
Must have.
Rude.
Really
Rude.
They were, as in,
Have you met the Australian
Cold.
companies? They're not exactly polite.
Yeah.
No, this was a prize winning.
I think the Australian market needs to step up on their service
Well,
because
yeah,
we're
but-
absolute dogs at it.
We don't have any
have to
services to
say
step up
Absolute
on.
dogs.
Exactly.
You-
You could possibly
The
use
Australian market needs to step up on
Yeah.
their service
Well,
because
yeah,
we're
but-
absolute dogs at it.
We don't have any services to step
Absolute
up on.
dogs.
Exactly.
You-
You could possibly use something like that as a part of your marketing. But also I would probably for the 3 months is work out who you want to market.
Well, obviously, mums.
Yeah, but you still need to break it down, break it right down. So you've come out with a whole bunch of stuff from today, but target, work out your target, and I'm happy to work through that.
And if you think about mums, range from the age of 14 through to
it's a very broad. It's still a very broad market. So we need to
chunk it down,
bring it in.
It'll help.
How many children do they have? Do they have boys? Do they have girls? Do they have both? Do they have twins or triplets? Or
it sounds
really, really specific.
Because I was also thinking of doing like with my order forms, setting up some sort of fundraiser to put in the school and kinder and stuff as well. So
Do you do fundraising in Kinder or anything at the moment?
I've just put it to somebody just in the last 2 weeks.
I mean that's
because everyone's sick of chocolate.
I mean,
So,
I think
Just do it properly. Don't be giving away your stuff without getting something back. You know, like we all do this charity type stuff.
Oh yeah,
I can't believe the amount of times I've given a $500 portrait session away, and they've gone and paid for it, and I never see these people. I'm even now saying, all right, if you want me to do this, I want names and numbers of those who put in for that auction piece. Because it's a waste of absolute time in some ways.
So I would probably get clear about who you're going to target.
And see, even that will help you to target certain kinders in the areas that are going to be more beneficial, that you're going to get more orders from.
So I suppose, you could say, people with kids, but
that's so broad.
It's broad. It's too
I don't
broad.
deal with mums.
Wouldn't I read you mine that we took ages to write down, and it was funny once we got it, like when I was writing, like, oh, this is so hard. That night I went home and I had to write 2 emails and a Facebook thing, and I noticed straight away my language changed, and I got response back. Because all of a sudden I was talking to that person, exactly what they needed and how they sort of wanted it. So this was what bearing in mind this is sort of party thing.
She's possessed, this one.
We've been working hard. 6 months.
I just want to, I want to help. That's me, sorry.
I'm sitting on like a proud mum right now.
I think it works. So my target market is, location is outer suburbs. The age is 30 to 42 with kids aged 3 to 11. The occupation is party site, so my retail is stay-at-home mum or part-time worker. Lifestyle is busy but family orientated, organised and time poor. Salary of about 0 to 50k, being part-time. Hobbies are reading, creative, online shopping and online sort of research. What do they like? Colourful things, having fun with their kids, time for themselves but also pleasing their kids. What they don't like is mess, confusion, time wasting. Are they naughty or nice? They're nice. And another thing I've got there, dislike offering their kids something different, not cheap, and being organised. So breaks it down as to who I'm specifically talking to instead of mums. It worked. But maybe sit, because I had to have Renee sit with me, and you can see mine.
It was a process.
That's not right, and that's not right. But to have it is
and often you can create, you create your own target market. So and answer those questions and think about who you want to work with. Don't think about who will buy my product or who's got the most money. Think about who you want to work with, and the money will come. It will come. You just need to think about who you want to work with. And break it down that way. So, but you might want to it might be even a good idea is to write down a list of all the things. Then you can go home, work on it tonight, and then we can work over it in the next couple of days. So perhaps did you want to just throw that down to Wendy, and she can write down, and then we can just revisit that tomorrow.
It's even this.
Number 2.
Yes, I was thinking, Joe actually,
Yeah.
Just
Yeah.
done that.
yeah, put a lot of it in there, so, yeah.
I hadn't.
Did you want to go over anything, Emma? Sorry, Joe.
That's all right.
I don't
We just
know.
hijacked this.
Hijacked. I know, sorry.
I don't know. Well, I sort of want to build up my client base from being 3 a week to gradually to 15 a week.
Yeah.
Over what time period?
That's over 6 to 12 months is 15. Because that's the most I can physically do without my hands falling off.
Yep.
So I have to take that into consideration. And 12 months after that, another employee. So to do that, I need to get more hits on my website, which means I need to get the social aspect and the leads.
Content
And the
on your
content.
website.
No, I think that can we just, and pull me up if I'm wrong, but you don't want to be driving massages, you want to be driving baby to bump,
Yeah.
don't you?
Yeah.
So should your focus be around getting more massages in per week, or should it be around contacting hubbies? So within 3 months,
3 months, talk to hubbies.
talk to hubbies. Within 3 months, talk to hubbies.
Could you go one?
Huh?
Could you go one more step and actually maybe get a masseuse in, so that you're pulling in more dollars? You're both working.
Yeah.
Because you could actually rent a space out if you've got a space.
Yeah.
Just to find where
Yeah.
isn't it?
Okay.
Yeah.
It's